Welcome back to the Hello Ruthie Show, a show where I break down all the latest TV, movies, and entertainment that you should be watching. Because let's face it, Netflix is cheaper than therapy. Like and subscribe if you're looking for the best new shows and TV to watch this week. Let's get into it. All right, the next show we're going to be talking about is Only Murders in the Building Season 4, which you can stream the entire fourth season on Hulu now. If you're like me, you like to wait until the periodical episodes end and you can just binge the whole thing uh, in one weekend. So Only Murders in the Building season 4 is completely out on Hulu right now. I recommend you go and check it out. This season has so many incredible cameos from celebrities like Eugene Levy, Zach Galifianakis, and Eva Longoria. Eva Longoria is playing Selena Gomez in a movie adaptation that they're doing of the podcast. Zach Galifianakis is playing Martin Short, and Eugene Levy is playing Steve Martin. And the whole cast together is absolutely brilliant. It is such a creative show. It is probably one of the most high quality shows on television right now. And if you haven't checked this show out, I beg you to go and watch this show because it is so phenomenal. It's so well done, so well produced. Seeing all of the creative things that they come up with on how murders keep happening in this building and the investigations that they're going through. I know the title of the show is a little confusing, but if you watch the show, it makes a lot more sense. So go and watch Only Murders in the Building season 4 out on Netflix. The complete fourth season is out now. All right, and the next show that I am really excited about is a new show on ABC. Yes, I still watch network television. I don't just stream everything, even though you can stream High Potential on Hulu. It's also on ABC, and it's starring our lovable girl, Caitlin Olsen, who you may recognize as Dee from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And she stars as this woman who is just a total hot mess, but also happens to be a genius and ends up working for the local police department, helping them solve homicides. I know the concept of it sounds completely stupid, but for those of us who have been told multiple times, oh, you have so much potential, but feel like we're constantly hot messes, this is a character that we can relate to. I love the concept of this show. I love Caitlin Olsen. I think she does such a great job of balancing the complete hot mess that can't seem to get her shit together with a smart, witty, fun, intriguing character. And I highly recommend that you go check this show out. There's 2 or 3 episodes out now on Hulu. So if you've got a Hulu subscription, or even if you just have basic cable, it's on ABC, I believe, on Tuesday nights. Check the show out. It's got everything that we love. It's crime, drama, it's mystery, and it's got a ton of comedy provided by our wonderful Caitlin Olsen. Go and give it a shot. I highly recommend checking it out. I've even got my husband watching it, and I never thought that he would watch a show like this. All right, and in the spirit of Halloween, I want to recommend going and watching A Discovery of Witches on Netflix. This show is fantastic. It's based on a series of books that came out probably 10, 12 years ago. And I read the books with my best friend. So when this show came out on AMC, I was really excited. Unfortunately, it bounced around from network to network and only has 3 seasons. But luckily, the entire series was just put on Netflix. And since Halloween is coming up, this is a great show about witches and vampires and demons. It's filmed in Europe. It is gorgeous, the locations that they film at. And if you're somebody that's really into supernatural stuff, I love this show. It's not very gory at all. It's more dealing with the politics and the drama of being witches and vampires than it is actually the blood and the gore. So if you're expecting something like True Blood, it's nothing like that. It is just a beautifully well done classic British TV show that is now on Netflix. And it's a really fun thing to watch now that Halloween is just around the corner. All right, and the big show that I'm going to talk about is Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez show on Netflix. So it's done by Ryan Murphy, the same guy who did the first season that was all about Jeffrey Dahmer. This season is about Lyle and Eric Menendez. And if you were a kid in the 90s or remember watching the news in the early 90s, this was a really big deal. This was huge news. They occupied our attention for the duration of both of their trials. And this show is so well done. The boys that star as Lyle and Eric, holy shit, they are going to be nominated for Emmys. And I honestly believe that the kid that plays Lyle is going to win the Emmy next year. He is so powerful in this show, and I just cannot stop watching it. I am glued to this show. I will say though that episodes 4 and 5 are extremely graphic and deal with some very, very sensitive subject matters. So I will warn you that they can be very triggering if you have experienced any kind of assault or child molestation in your family or yourself. So just be warned that you may want to skip those 2 episodes because they are very, very hard to watch, especially if you have experienced anything like this in your family or your life at this time. So I would recommend if you do feel triggered, there are a lot of resources out there that you can reach out to. I'm providing links and descriptions in the links and resources in the description below. So I highly recommend reaching out to it. But I also think that the show does an incredible job of telling this story. And when they say that it's the Lyle and Eric Menendez story and they're making them out to be the monsters, I would honestly disagree with that. I would recommend watching it because I think that the show actually makes their father the monster and not the boys. And you have to watch the show to understand. If you are super young and you were not even alive during this period, go back and go and watch it. And there's a documentary that's coming out soon that's going to talk about the real life Menendez brothers and their trial and everything that they went through. But I think that this show does a pretty phenomenal job of making you have a little bit more empathy and compassion for what the Menendez brothers did. And I would honestly believe that if they went to trial today over what happened to them, they would not have received life sentences without the possibility of parole. I am kind of wondering if this show may trigger a new trial or a new sentencing hearing for them because you understand why they did what they did when you watch this show. So I highly recommend watching this. It is very serious subject matter, very difficult to watch in parts, but also extremely captivating, and the performances alone are phenomenal. So if you're a true crime fan, go and watch Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez show on Netflix. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I've got for you this week. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you're watching. Give me suggestions on what to watch next. I'll see you next week. Bye.